It's August and September, time for the Democratic and Republican parties to officially crown their presidential candidates for the November election.
The 45th Quadrennial National Convention of the Democratic Party will now come to order.
Every 4 years, the U.S. political parties hold conventions. They follow procedures that formally select each party's presidential candidate. The conventions begin with the seating of each state's delegation. These delegates are pledged by the results of the state primary elections and caucuses to specific presidential candidates.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
The next order of business is the adoption of the party's so-called platform, a set of principles and positions the party will stand for in the coming election. Sometimes there can be a lot of contention over these points if they're controversial.
I have the great honor to nominate.
The official selection of each party's presidential candidate starts with a formal nomination of all who contended for the top spot on the ticket. This usually takes place on the second to last day of the convention.
The next candidate to be nominated this evening for President of the United States is Senator Barack Obama of Illinois.
After the nominations, the next procedure, a bit of theater called the roll call of the states, takes place. While the person who clinched the nomination is almost always already known, the delegate totals for each candidate are announced. Here's Hawaii in 2008.
We proudly cast 26 votes for the next President of the United States, Senator Barack Obama, and 1 vote for Senator Hillary Clinton.
Determining each party's presidential candidate is simple. The contender who holds a majority of the delegates wins the nomination. Unsuccessful White House seekers often pledge their support at the convention to the one who will get their party's nod. This was 2012 Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney 4 years ago, supporting the party ticket.
We have a prescription for every American who wants change in Washington. Throw out the big government liberals and elect John McCain and Sarah Palin.
For both major parties, the final evening comes to a climax with a candidate's acceptance speech.
With profound gratitude and great humility, I accept your nomination for presidency of the United States.
The conventions end with a splash of confetti and cheers. The next morning, the candidates start the roughly 2 months of strenuous campaigning that leads to the first Tuesday in November, and for one of them, the White House. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.